Hello, everyone. So, it's Saturday, and again we have another update to Roots. This week didn't focus on anything in particular. It was more of a general update to all kinds of things, although a lot of it was focused around improving the city. For example, I added vending machines filled with Dr. Breen's private reserve, something that had been missing from the last map. Or rather, I was replacing the old ones from Half-Life 2, where you couldn't get any drinkable cans from it. So yeah, you can buy yourself a nice cheap little drink that restores a little bit of your hunger and has unknown possible side effects. Of course, these machines will eventually run out of their stock and need to be restocked, which is a nice little thing that I allow the industrial worker to do. In the industrial area, you can buy a package to restock the vending machine and make some profit out of it. It's not the most outstanding or original feature, I'll admit, but it's something that's nice to have, and it adds a little bit extra to the world. I'd like to add all kinds of things like that. Little features and little tasks that you can do. Something that isn't so specific as, oh, this is the one job that you do as a medical worker, or this is the one machine that you work on as an industrial worker. I want there to be opportunities to be found everywhere in the world. In addition to adding the vending machines from Half-Life 2, I also added something else that felt like it was missing. City scanners. These fully functioning NPCs roam around the city, patrolling certain areas, and every once in a while they go and inspect things such as citizens or abnormalities that they pick up on their scanners. One of those abnormalities would be a citizen who's not registered in the population index. That is to say, if you're a rebel, you need to watch out for city scanners. If they see you, they're going to go into high alert. Any civil protection paying attention to the behavior of these scanners will notice that they are paying special attention to you and snapping pictures like mad. But arguably more important than their functionality is what they contribute to the overall atmosphere. It feels a lot more like Half-Life 2. It sounds like it. The constant droning of the scanners hovering overhead is something that felt like it was missing from the soundscapes previously. As for other things that have been missing, Sweepy has made a return to City 17, going about his janitorial duties in the corner of the train station. He works hard, so be good to him. We all love Sweepy. Now, there's something else that has been added to this area over here. In fact, it's been changed on the opposite side as well. The route that you normally take to go through the train station, through the civil protection checkpoint, is changed. The area on the right-hand side, when you get off the train, is now accessible. In fact, it's currently the main checkpoint that you use to get through the train station. It includes what is currently a shortcut for civil protection to access the apartments, although in some cases it may be used as a primary entrance to the apartments, in the case that certain precincts have been made inaccessible for whatever reason. Those of you with a watchful eye may notice that this checkpoint area looks familiar. It's based off of something seen in Half-Life 2, although never physically encountered in-game. With the way that it fit into this area, it almost feels like it was meant to be here. In addition to adding these new areas, I also made some general improvements across the map. Important NPCs, such as the city scanners and the zombies in the canals, now respawn, although some of these things can be tweaked, and not all NPCs currently respawn. Alongside that, a couple of graphical fixes here and there, and some geometry adjustments, I also added cube map reflections to the entire map. This is a big deal, and it makes the map look a hell of a lot nicer. Not to mention being much more accurate to the look and feel of Half-Life 2. Of course, with all things, these cube maps are a recent addition, and since I'm still learning the process of making them look really good, they're not a done deal. I'm going to improve them over time, and there are some areas that are still currently lacking cube maps. One of the most obvious of which is the apartments. You may also notice that the apartment now has a strange stack of boxes in the outside. That's because the apartments are one of the things that I would like to start working on here quite soon. And so you can imagine that while it's still getting ready, citizens are moving their stuff outside, preparing to move in. One of these boxes is something that you guys have sorely needed. A box that allows you to store your legal items within the city. So yes, now you can finally deposit those hundreds of pounds of scrap metal that you've been collecting. This is City Update 01, the first of many to add depth to the gameplay of Roots and improve the overall atmosphere. I hope you enjoy the new gameplay mechanics and map improvements that I have made over the past week.